You guys want to see a cool trick? You want to see a cool trick? Watch this. Oh! What's going on, guys? This is Zach Erickson from Nintendo Dads. Shoot, where'd it go? I started without having my game in front of my face. Let's just dig through this fancy Nintendo Dads bag here. Bam! Mario Party, the top 100 for the Nintendo 3DS is here, everybody. And you know what that means? It means I'm going to talk about it. There we go. I'm going to zoom out. There we go. So, Mario Party Top 100 is new game this holiday season for the Nintendo 3DS. I want to give you a little bit of a rundown here. First off, we're going to look at the box. There it is. Flip it to the other side here. Now, here's some stuff that's important about this game. This is a game that is that recently released for the 3DS, and thank you to Nintendo of Canada for sending us a copy. Basically, this game provides 100 mini games from the first the mainline Mario Party titles on console. Console's important in that, so keep in mind that there's no games from the other, handheld versions of the game, no DS games, no 3DS games. But it does have quite a few different ones, and what's interesting is that they are all in this unified sort of art style now, and you can play them on the go, which is kind of cool. What's interesting about this game, though, and I think a lot of, we'll get the criticisms out of the way early, and then I'll talk about some of the cool things about it. The first thing is that it's a Mario Party game on a handheld, which that's not really the original Mario Party feel is like you want to sit around a TV and do this. And I am really looking forward to the Switch version of Mario Party. But I also need to acknowledge the fact that this is a game that should be judged on its own terms, not be docked points because, I just wanted a Switch version, right? Like, it's coming, people. Relax. It's coming. So, having said that, this game is interesting. It's not bad. It's not going to knock your socks off. It's not amazing, but it's cool, right? It's all right. So I would say that if you are wanting a game, so here's another thing, is that it is download play, and which is something that's kind of going away, especially with the Switch. You can actually play this locally, local multiplayer. So you do have to have a bunch of 3DSs, that's granted, but you can play it locally with one cartridge, which is great, right? So pay the $40 US, $50 Canadian, and you're gonna get. You'll be able to play this if you are a household with a bunch of 3DSs in the family. You'll all be able to play this together. My son and I played it, and it was pretty fun. I will say that it seems like for download play, there is a little bit of it's like it's transferring the whole game onto the other person's 3DS. So it took a little bit to do the download process, but once that was done, it was no big deal, right? We were good to go. So it has a few different modes. You have just an option to go in and play those mini games individually. You can play sort of the game board mode. The game board mode is okay. That is really the core of what you want to do in this game, though, right? Is some sort of a game board mode, classic Mario Party style. It is still in the style where everybody rolls at once, and not people take turns. I understand that is maybe going to make a quicker experience, but it also makes it more difficult to follow, from sort of turn to turn on where everybody is. And also, it's not like a sort of board game where you're going all the way around, kind of like a like a more traditional board game, but you're collecting star balloons and things like that, and it's fun, but it also means that there's a little bit more strategy involved, which, depending on who you're playing this with that may make a difference. I don't know. So there's that. Other things to be aware of with this: there is a single player mode that you have to play all the way through in order to unlock all 100 mini games, and it's all right. It's fine. You play through all 100 of the mini games over the course of the thing, but that's not really the ideal. Again, that's not why people want to play Mario Party, right? You want to play Mario Party as a group in order and have fun together. And the single player Mario Party experience, while potentially fun, the reason why those mini games are fun is because you are playing with your friends. And when you remove that element of it, sometimes that is not as fun as you may have remembered. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I will say that this game, it also has a Meebo functionality in here. I didn't really get a chance to use it that much because you have to have like a Koopa or a Goomba minion, and I didn't have either one of those, and so it was, it is what it is. I think you get boosts and stuff like that in the game. You can also use other Mario Party or Mario amiibo. I wasn't really too concerned about it, but it's the classic sort of, you get more boosts in the single player mode or whatever, right? So it's fine. It's all right. And I think that is really where I fall in this on this game in general. It's fine. If you are a huge Mario Party fan, it's not going to it's a great celebration of the history of the games. Some of the physics in, as they've recreated these mini games, they've done a pretty good job with most of them, but the physics are a little bit different in some of them too, and I don't really know why that is. I think it's probably just because they wanted to unify everything, and so some of them may not feel the way that you remember. Another thing too to keep in mind is that when I don't have my 3DS in front of me here, but when you're doing some of those like really fast button mashy sort of things on the 3DS, it definitely is harder to do those things, and it feels different than when you were doing those games with a controller, right? Where you could really just like go crazy on and press that button super fast. Doing that on your 3DS feels like you don't have as good of a grip on it, for one thing, and also people have destroyed their hands playing this game. And so on those ones where you have to spin, right? Like on the original Mario Party where you'd spin the thing and they had to give gloves because people were peeling their hands off. I would say that those transferred to the circle pad on the 3DS. It's, again, the games are reproduced and transferred to this new hardware, but you're not going to get that original experience from this either. So it's cool. It's a nice collection. It's definitely that classic sort of end of 3DS life cycle type game that is, acceptable, but also maybe, I think that this is like a good gift that you could give to kids who, if you've got like a bunch of kids who all have 3DSs, who want to sit around together and play Mario Party, you could do that. But yeah, so I would say I would give this like a good, I'd give it a 7, right? Like a 7 out of 10. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not, like, for what it is. It is a fairly polished experience, but it is not doing anything innovative to mix up that formula, and that's not what it's meant to do. It's not what it's intending to do. It's intending to be a collection of existing mini games, not an evolution in the series. So that is Mario Party, the top 100. Thank you again to Nintendo for sending this to us, and thank you, good viewer, for watching. If you have any, if you picked this up, let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so that you get exactly when we have new videos that come out. We're doing all sorts of cool videos. We're doing eShop spotlights. We're doing, I'm uploading a cool, after recording the show this week, we sat online and played ARMS for like half an hour, and I recorded my video footage, and I recorded all of the sort of Skype audio as well. And so that's in there. That should be kind of cool to go back and listen to. So that's neat. And yeah, just thanks everybody for hanging out with us, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.